Welcome back, everybody. The Rainbow Six North American League. Doa Jesse Jacob here with you on the desk, and over in the arena in Las Vegas, we have none other than Achieved from Team TSM getting their second win of the stage so far already. So not a bad start, Achieved, huh? You out there? Can you hear me? Oh, we can't hear you yet. Looks like we have some technical difficulties with Achieved. Hold on, one moment. Thumbs up if you can hear me.
He was dispensing wisdom for us.
Oh, all right. He can hear us. We're halfway there.
That's part of it.
So you know what we can do until we hear Achieve? We can just like shower him with praise. So hey, that's 2 dubs, dude. Seriously, already there's like a lot of progress that I'm seeing with this team. That I like it a lot. I'm having a lot of fun watching them already for the first week.
We can only do yes or no questions because he can only nod or shake his head.
There we go. I hear him now.
I think we got him.
Hey.
Oh, there we go. All right. So yeah, 2 wins on the season. Obviously, you know, stage 1 a little bit rough. Stage 2 starting to look good. What do you think was the biggest change in terms of the approach from 1 to 2 to get you those the wins now?
Well, we're not just playing one map like theme park, so you know that definitely helps. But yeah, I mean, last stage was definitely like a wake-up call to us. I think a few of us are maybe like a little burnt out because we haven't had a break in such a long time. But other than that, that's still no excuse. We played very poorly, and we just basically put our heads down and said that we need to get better. These are our issues. This is what we need to fix going into the next stage. So let's really focus on these and let's work towards them. Let's not make excuses. Let's put the work in and get the results. But with that being said, it's really nice to win the first 2 games. We got pretty much as many points as we did last stage already. But there's still a lot of work to do. We still got a lot of games to play. So just got to keep getting better and keep getting some dubs on the board.
Yeah, so far so good.
Achieved, I see you every single round hovering that glass. You have yet to pick it. And I have a theory. Tell me if I'm wrong. Are you just hovering an operator that you guys aren't going to play so that when you go to like repick your ops, nobody's kind of overlapping? Or what's the deal? Will we ever actually see you rocking the glass?
I don't want to say we're never going to play it, but, with attacker repick, yeah, I mean, I kind of just, like, pick whatever. I mean, that's just, like, I just click on that every round, and then, it also, like, helps remind me to switch my operator, because I'm not going to use Glaz all the time or even majority of the time, right? Like Glaz is, once in a while character. So it kind of reminds me to, use my drone, like let's talk about what these guys are doing and then switch my operator to that. Cause like for me and for like the past few seasons, I played mostly Sledge. And, that was kind of my default. So now I'm just trying to, venture out and play a bunch of other operators and stuff, especially when you don't need Sledge all the time. So,
talk to me a bit about your approach coming into to this stage compared to last stage. We talked to Geo in an interview from a little while ago where he mentioned there might have been a problem with best of ones and actually wanting to take chances in a format like this where sometimes there aren't nearly as many rounds, you don't have nearly as much of a backup plan in case something goes wrong. I was wondering if there was maybe a bit of fear about how that was going to work in the last stage. Is that what it was? And is that something that you guys think you're able to overcome for league play going into this stage?
Yeah, so I mean, I definitely think that has a little bit to do with it, just because in best of ones, you don't have that much breathing room, especially if you start out on like a defender-sided map and you start attack, like you don't have that much to play around with. You need every round basically. So if you make a mistake and it costs you a round, like that's a big round, just because it's a best of one, first to 7 rounds. So I mean, I definitely think that has a little bit to do with it. So us like coming out and experimenting more, I think would definitely like help us. And it is a best of one. You're going to lose some games, so just go out, make a play. If you think it works, you think it works. You know what I mean? Like you can't beat yourself up over it too much, and just play free. Just play free flow basically.
True enough. Well, I got one more question before we let you go here. One thing I've been noticing, and one thing you're kind of known for, is your skill with grenades. So I'm kind of curious, like, where does that come from? Do you sit on maps by yourself late at night, just throwing grenades, finding the angles, or is it something that kind of comes naturally to you?
No, yeah. So it honestly comes naturally to me. A lot of people have asked me, do I practice these nades in custom maps and stuff like that? And the truth is, like, honestly, I don't. I've maybe practiced I've practiced my underneath nades a little bit just because you got to get the timing right for that. But other than that, I mean, most of these nades just come naturally. I've played a lot of ranked, so that like I practice it in there if anything. That's like my practice area for it rather than custom games and stuff. So, and obviously when we scrim, I practice my nades there too. So I just basically play and just use them in the moment, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Fair enough. Interesting. Simple geometry. He just sees the angles. Wow. All right. Well, thanks for taking the time to talk to us. Congrats on the win again today, and looking forward to the games next week.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
One final analyst desk to close out the day, and man, that was a close one. We were worried for a second that we had just like doomed the second good team in a row by having everyone and the coin pick them, but Oxygen managed to pull it off, and we have none other than Coach Redeemer standing by in Vegas. Redeemer, you had to be sweating a little bit at the beginning of that one, huh?
Yeah, it was definitely sweaty in the beginning, but I'm glad we were able to close it out. Yep.
And, go ahead.
Well, Redeemer, I mean, I wanted to ask you about this map because it seems like people keep bringing you guys to Theme Park, and you guys have been so dominant on it so far since it's introduced. I believe this is your 5th win in a row since it's been reintroduced to the map pool. So tell me, what is it about this map that you guys seem to do so well on with it?
I feel like it's just a good balance of our play style. Like, we have a little bit of gunners on our team, so Theme Park allows us to do that. There's also a little bit of strategy on Theme Park, so I think it just really fits our play style really well. I think some teams don't have it figured out, so we're down to go to Theme Park. We like when teams take us there.
I want to get it from your perspective too, because we'll see a zombie played on literally every map these days, but why specifically on Theme Park is she so prevalent? And for you guys in particular, is there any reason why you'll switch it between 2 people playing it, like as opposed to most teams that'll only have 1 person playing the operator?
Yeah, so I think she's like really good on Theme Park just because there's a lot of rotations on Theme, so she just allows a little bit more utility to slow down those pushes, or kind of that randomness that Theme Park provides. But then at the same time, you know, she's got like the shield, so it's great for defense as well. It kind of acts as a shield. So the reason why we kind of swap is like depending on how we're looking to play her that bomb site, like whether we want her a little bit more aggressive or we want a little bit more defense, that just kind of determines who's going to be playing that up. So that's why we switch.
All right. One more question for you before I let you go. Now, obviously, Oxygen, great stage 1, great run at the major as well. Coming into stage 2, I'm curious, what is kind of the biggest takeaway that you got as a squad from the major results that you could bring into stage 2?
I mean, obviously, we were happy with how well we did at the major, but I don't think by any means we were ecstatic about it. I think we definitely kind of underperformed there at the end. And I think the biggest thing here is just like being complacent. Like we did really well stage 2, we did really well at the major. It's really easy to be complacent at that point in time because a lot of teams kind of aim for that top spot. So I think the biggest thing here is making sure we don't slow down on the gas. We hit the pedal to the metal, and we keep grinding and making sure that teams don't catch up to us. So consistency for sure, and then complacency.
All right, consistency to take down the complacency. I like to hear it. Thanks for talking
100%.
with us. Congrats on the win today. Yeah, good luck next week.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. You too.